Minecraft Mod Session 3. This session will be run in multiplayer mode with a server. Minecraft will be run in creative mode, and the students will be exploring 3 mods: Journey Map, Biomes O'Plenty, and Animal Bikes. The instructor will need to enable the Journey Map mod on each student computer before the beginning of the session. So let's go ahead and get started. Start the launcher, and then we'll click the Mods button. We'll need to enable these mods on both the client and the server. Just select Client Mods. We're going to open the Mods folder. We need to climb into the Disabled Mods folder, and we'll need to find Animal Bikes and Biomes O'Plenty and Journey Map. If you had forgotten how to select more than one file at a time, just hold the Control key down while you click on the files. We'll select Copy, and then we'll go back to the parent directory, and we'll select an empty area in the window. We'll right-click and select Paste, and then we can shut this window. As before, the mods have not appeared in the client mods list. If we switch to the server mods and back to the client mods, we'll see they appeared in this list. And you'll also notice that Animal Bikes and Biomes O'Plenty have appeared in this list, but Journey Map has not. Journey Map is another one of those mods that will not show itself in this list. That's all right. It's there. It's installed. Now, in this particular session, in the beginning of the session, the students will select the mods by clicking on the radial dials, but because we don't have a student that's going to be running the session, we're just going to take care of that now. And the Bibliocraft mod should be deselected for this particular session. All right, now we'll click on Server Mods, and we'll click the Open Mods folder, and we'll repeat the procedure. We will select the mods that we wish to copy over, Animal Bikes and Biomes O'Plenty. On my computer, I don't have Journey Map in the servers folder. I think in the download from the Document Center, you're going to have in Journey Map. Journey Map does not need to be installed on the server because it is only a client mod. It won't hurt it if you put it in the folder. It won't do anything. So we held the Shift key while we were clicking the mods to select multiple mods. We right-click to select Copy, and then we'll go back to the parent directory, right-click, select Paste. And we'll see Animal Bikes and Biomes O'Plenty appear in the folder now. We can close that, switch back to client mods, and then we'll bounce over to server mods. You can see Animal Bikes is there. And for some reason, Biomes O'Plenty's enabled itself and Animal Bikes didn't. At any rate, disable Bibliocraft and enable the other 2 mods. And at that point, we're ready to start the server. For this particular session, we'll be running the server with a randomly generated world. So we can go ahead and click Minecraft Server Launcher, select Create New World, select Generate Random World, select Generate Structures, select Create Animals, click Start Server. Just waiting for the world to finish launching. When this server starting up light turns green, then we can go ahead and change the world settings. And we're just going to change the game mode to Creative. So we'll go ahead and start Minecraft. We'll check to make sure we have the proper mods enabled. We'll start Minecraft EDU, click Launch. We'll maximize the window, type our name. Be multiplayer mode. Because this is the server computer, I can press Direct Connect, type localhost and join server. And I'm going to log on as a student. And here we are in the Minecraft world. We'll notice there is a square map in the upper right hand corner. If we press the / key, it will switch between 2 different maps. I guess map number 1 is a round map that appears in the upper left corner. Map 2 is a square map that appears in the upper right corner. All of those types of things are customizable. We can zoom in or zoom out on the mini map by pressing the plus and the minus keys that are next to the backspace key. So you can zoom in, I'm pressing plus. We can zoom out as I'm pressing minus. To access the full Journey Map interface, we press the J key. We can see Journey Map. As you can see, the full screen is not covered with a map yet. Part of the reason for that is that Journey Map records the map as you move around the world. So it will only show the areas that you have visited. And if you have used Journey Map in another world before joining a new world, it will still have the old world recorded. It will write over the old map in the areas that you visit in the new world. So the first thing you want to do when you start a new world with Journey Map is that you want to clear the old map. So we'll click Delete Map, and we'll delete it for all dimensions. And our screen really hasn't changed because we haven't visited anywhere on this world yet. There's a number of useful buttons. There's a zoom. We can zoom in and out on the map. Towards the top of the screen, there are options to change the view between day and night. We can decide whether we want the radar to show mobs, to show animals. I guess those are probably cows or something like that. We can show pets, villagers, players. And we can also show the grid. Gives us an idea of the scale. Over on the right side, we have a number of useful buttons. We can set waypoints. Waypoints are areas that you'd like to, let's say, bookmark so that you can come back to them. You could click New Waypoint, and we might call this one Start, because that's where we started. We could select a color for it. We could select a random color. And then we just click Save, and then Close. If we go back to the map, and if we move away from it a little bit, you'll notice on the mini-map that our beacon is visible. If we switch to the other map, I think the other map will spin with as we turn, the compass points change. So you can see the beacon moving around a little bit on that one a little bit easier. I fell into the water. Nifty. So we'll go back into the Journey Map interface. So that's waypoints. We've set a waypoint. There's options. We can change the options for the mini maps. There's lots and lots of options to explore. Some of the ones that students might be interested in exploring was changing the positions of the map, changing the headings on the map, the shape of the map, where the map appears. So there's lots of customizable options for the students to explore. They'll have some time to check this out, but they'll also be using the mini-map while they're exploring the biomes. Now we'll take a look at animal bikes. Because we're in Minecraft EDU multiplayer mode, not enough items will not be fully functional. We can still use not enough items to search the items. We could bring up all the animal bikes and see which type of animal bikes there are. If we click on one of the animal bikes and hit the R key, we can see the recipes, how to make the animal bike, or how to make items that are used to make the animal bike. But that's not going to help us with what we want to do right now. So we'll press the E key and go into our regular creative inventory. And if we use the navigation keys at the top of the screen, we can go to the Animal Bikes tab, and we can find some animal bikes. I think I'd like to use a dragon bike for demonstration purposes, and perhaps where's the pony bike? Pony bike. Pony bike. All right, so we have a pony bike and a dragon bike, and one other item I'd like to find is a flint and steel. All right, now if we go back to the surface and we take one of the animal bikes in our hand and we right-click on an empty area of the ground in front of us, the animal bike will appear. And this is a pony bike. And if you create a few of them, perhaps you'll get some interesting colors. To make an animal bike go away, just click it again with the animal bike in your hand. And you really want to discourage students from creating any more than one animal bike at a time. If you have too many of these running, too many animal bikes running around at once, it will really bog down the server. You might have server crashes, and that's no fun at all. All right, so let's take our dragon bike in our hand, and we'll click the ground, and our dragon bike will appear. I don't think that's the dragon bike I want. I think I'd like to try and find a nice black dragon bike. That's a good one right there. It's an Ender Dragon. So, in order to mount your animal bike, you will, with an empty hand, you will right-click on it. Now I'm on the animal bike. And the animal bike, you could walk around on the ground. But the dragons have a pretty neat feature where if you hold down the shift key, they will fly. So you can fly around on the dragon. Now I chose this particular dragon because if I take the flint and steel in my hand while I'm riding the dragon, and let's try and find, here we go. If I right click, I think, is it right click or left click? Maybe it's left click. Oh, you know what? I think in order to make this work, I need to make a change on my server to allow fire and TNT. And I'll go back to the game. Now if I click, there we go. If I left click with the flint and steel in my hand, the dragon will shoot fire. It's a little tough to see from this perspective, but the dragon is shooting fire. So the students will go through, they'll check out some animal bikes, and then they will use the animal bikes to ride around and check out all the different biomes. There's a list of different items they can try and find, and the items are certain items are specific to certain biomes, and that'll be their challenge for this session. Different animal bikes have different special abilities, and it'll be up to the students to try and discover some of those if they choose to. And I guess that wraps it up for session 3.